Hi everyone, welcome! It's great to have you with us. If this is your first time here, we'd love it if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. The Iranian people won't forget who stood by them, and who just stood aside and watched. That's exactly what Iran's ambassador in Moscow, Qasem Jalali, said, clearly calling out Iran's allies and urging them to take action to support the country. According to Tehran, now is the perfect time to tell friends from enemies. They're asking, where are you, our friends? So let's find out, where exactly are Iran's allies when they're needed? When Russia needed soldiers and drones in its war against Ukraine, Iran answered the call, not with just a few drones, but with thousands. And Iran had supported Russia before, back when Moscow backed Armenia, even though that war was actually against Azerbaijan, a Shiite country. Iran also stood by Russia in Syria. While Russian planes bombed from the air, Iranian fighters were on the ground. Whenever Moscow called, Tehran answered. But now that Iran is in deep trouble, where is Russia? Iran's situation is serious. Experts and analysts say Tehran has been dealt a major, unexpected blow by Israel. It caught Iran off guard and destroyed nearly a third of its military capabilities, especially its air defenses and missile production systems. On top of that, Israel reportedly assassinated key military and nuclear minds, as well as major commanders and their potential successors. But Israel didn't stop there. It expanded its strikes to hit other critical targets in Iran, including energy infrastructure. Tel Aviv has essentially taken control of Iranian airspace and raised the stakes even higher, publicly stating its goal, to bring down the regime and assassinate Supreme Leader Khamenei himself. That's what Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister Katz have openly said. And the threat isn't just coming from Israel. Just this morning, the United States launched strikes on 3 nuclear facilities in Iran, clearly signaling that America is now directly involved in the war. So Iran isn't just fighting Israel. It's up against Israel and its powerful allies. So again, where are Iran's allies? What about Russia? According to President Vladimir Putin himself, no one has asked us for help, and maybe he's being honest. Tehran reportedly asked for mediation, not military support. And to be fair, Putin did try to play that role. He warned against foreign involvement, meaning the United States, and he cautioned against the war spreading further. But at the same time, while he talked about protecting Iranian interests, he also defended Israel's right to security. Bottom line, Russia doesn't want to get involved militarily, so they're out. Okay, what about China? It's true Iran hasn't given China what it gave Russia. Iran never fought wars for Beijing, but that's because China doesn't fight wars to begin with. China's battles are economic, and in that battle, Iran has been a solid partner. Tehran gives China large amounts of oil at discounted prices and has let it handle massive economic projects, not just in Iran but in Iraq and even Syria during the days of Iranian influence. Tehran has opened its land, sea, and air to the Chinese, offering them access in the Gulf, Central Asia, pretty much wherever they want. So how did China respond? With a polite statement calling on all sides to stay calm, asking Israel to respect other nations' sovereignty, including Iran's, and urging a diplomatic solution. Basically, the same line as Russia. So who else is left? What about North Korea? Well, North Korea's response wasn't much different, but honestly, their statement was the strongest in tone. A spokesman from their foreign ministry actually called Israel a cancerous entity backed by the United States and the West, and warned that Western involvement could lead to a catastrophic, uncontrollable regional war. Those are some strong words, and a clearer stance than most. Then there's Venezuela, another one of Iran's few real allies. They went even further, calling Israel a fascist state and even comparing Netanyahu to Hitler. Still, beyond statements and warnings, no one has really done anything for Iran. Social media has been buzzing with rumors, like talk of Pakistan supporting Iran. But Islamabad denied those claims, and actually, reports say Pakistan closed its borders with Iran. But maybe the most surprising part? Iran's own regional militias, the ones it built and armed, well, they're not really stepping up right now. For example, Iraq's Popular Mobilization Forces, or PMF, have been silent. Some reports even say the PMF fears it might be the next target and is considering disbanding before being forced to. Hezbollah hasn't done much either. After suffering major losses in its last battle, it's still reeling and trying to regroup. And the Houthis in Yemen fired one missile, and that strike ended up getting their top leaders targeted and bombed. At this point, it really looks like Iran is on its own, abandoned by both near and distant allies in what could be a life-or-death battle for its regime. Right now, Iran needs every bit of help it can get, but so far, not a single hand has reached out. That said, things might still change. The US says the war is limited, with a clear timeframe, and it's still leaving the door open for political negotiations. But the conditions on the table are so extreme, some say they amount to demanding Iran's surrender. That diplomacy seems unlikely. Still, Tehran is holding on to the hope of a political solution. So are its few remaining friends around the world. Everyone's watching to see how this ends. Will it be a solution that satisfies everyone? Or at least something that lets Israel claim victory while keeping the Iranian regime in place? But based on how Israel keeps raising its demands, it seems unlikely they'll stop here. They may try to take full advantage of the moment and finish off Iran, unless Iran still has something up its sleeve, or unless its allies are just waiting for the right moment to act. Time will tell. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow S News, stay tuned for our upcoming videos, and please support us with a like, comment, and subscribe.